Is this a dagger? I see before me.
What are you doing?
I was practicing Shakespeare
For what?
for the English assignment.
What? That's a presentation.
Yeah, presenting Shakespeare.
No, it's about the values of Much Ado About Nothing. You're not even doing the right
What?
play.
Well, what are the values of Much Ado About Nothing then?
Well, Much Ado About Nothing displays the standards, expectations, and problems with marriage in the 1600s. Claudio and Hero are prime role models of how the society of Shakespeare's time viewed marriage. Initially, Claudio was interested in her from the moment he saw her, saying,
"She is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on."
He decided that he wanted her just from her appearance, a stark contrast to the way love is handled in the modern day. One can tell his love is genuine when Shakespeare falls into romantic verse, a rhythmic speech at the end of Act 1, Scene 1. He requests that they married in a matter of days. While silent during the engagement, Hero feels overjoyed as it was her desire, like most other women, to marry as quickly as possible. Unlike modern standards, where a couple gets to know each other until both are prepared to marry, marriage is willed when wanted, with it being a major part of Elizabethan lifestyle. It also tied heavily to religion, and so cheating and cuckoldry is an utmost sin.
A sin of perjury!
When Claudio accuses Hero of cheating, it affirms men's power and status over women, with Hero having no chance to argue back. Along with this, he had no doubts when publicly shaming her, further confirming that in their time, one wouldn't have put it past a woman to do such an unsavory act. Even Leonato, her father, fully believes them, saying,
"Would the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, who loved her so?"
Yet when everything is all sorted out, Hero and Claudio get back together faster than before, as if nothing even happened.
I can't believe Hero can still love him after that.
It's a comedy, so it must have a good ending.
Yeah, well, have some common sense. Don't love a guy who's going to humiliate you at the first sign of disloyalty.
It was the 1600s, it was normal.
Break the standards then.
Well, speaking of breaking standards, while Much Ado About Nothing follows the standards of the Elizabethan era, it defies them at the same time. Through the storyline of Beatrice and Benedict, Shakespeare explores what qualities the general society of the 1600s disapproved of, yet are valid in a modern context. Marriage is often rushed and without real concern for how one's future will be with another person, and Beatrice has problems with this. She tells Hero that
wooing, wedding, and repenting is as a Scotch jig, a measure, and a syncopace. The first suit is hot and hasty, like a Scotch jig, and full is fantastical. The wedding, mannerly, modest, as a measure, full of state and ancientry. And then comes repentance, and with his bad legs falls into a syncopace faster and faster till he sink into his grave.
in layman's terms, Beatrice explains that while the pursuit of a partner is riveting and fast, the marriage itself forces people to conform to drab traditions. And after that, a couple will eventually get sick of each other and regret marrying, ending in them being stuck unhappy until they die. Beatrice only wants to commit to a marriage when she knows that it won't go wrong.
Which is ironic, considering that she marries the one person she can't stand.
Hey, get out of here.
I'm just saying, I find it really stupid that by the end of the play, she defies her own morals by marrying Benedict.
Are you criticizing Shakespeare?
Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
Moving on. Benedict has a different reason as to why he will not marry. Near the start of the play, he envisages marriage as a transaction, asking Claudio when he becomes interested in Hero.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Initially for him, the only advantage of a marriage is the titles or money. Love didn't enter into it. There are many more disadvantages. To him, being married is a burden which forces a man to
Thrust thy neck into a yoke. You wear the print of it and sigh away Sundays.
He sees marriage as something that causes questions of infidelity. If a wife cheats, the husband is called a cuckold for not being faithful or good enough. Throughout the play, Shakespeare toys with the trope of cuckolds having horns, and Benedict swears he will never wear them. He calls a married man someone who will
Wear his cap with suspicion.
the cap being coverage to hide the horns of his cuckoldry. Well, I think that just about wraps up this presentation.
What? It's done already?
Yeah, it's only 5 minutes.
Oh. I still think Macbeth is better.
Think whatever, man.